welcome to Live in the Solution. I'm your astrologer and tarot card reader, Mary Trimble, here with your readings for March the 9th through March the 22nd. I'm doing these readings are for 2 weeks because next week I won't have the time to be able to do them. So I'm doing this for 2 weeks, darling. So keep that in mind. I'll probably be doing a live feed. So mark the notification bell so that you'll know when I'm going to do a live feed. Figured maybe I'll have time to do, a full live feed next week. So let's see. Oh, guys, this is for Taurus. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Taurus for March the 9th through the 22nd? This is interesting. You had this card last week, and I always remember that because my son is a Taurus. This is the 7 of Pentacles. That's your first card out. Sorry, not the 7 of Pentacles, the 7 of Swords. The 7 of Swords. You had this card last week for sure. The 7 of Swords indicates there's someone that is doing you dirty, as they say. Someone is not, hasn't got your back. They're smiling in your face, but they're taking, they're stealing or they're saying something bad. They're ruining your reputation. There's something going on here. There's somebody that's not got your best interests at heart. They are doing something nefarious behind the scenes, but it will come to light. You're going to find out who this person is. Now, clarifying this, the 7 of Swords, there are 2 cards. The 10 of Swords and the 6 of Pentacles. The 10 of Swords, look, the 10 of Swords is you've been stabbed in the back. This is a betrayal of the utmost. This is somebody really throwing you under the bus. This is somebody stabbing you in the back and you didn't see it coming, kind of thing. The thing about 10s, they're endings and beginnings, right? So this is an ending. So something is coming to the end, and it's like, I feel, okay, I can't mention this card without mentioning the 6 of Pentacles. I feel help is on the way. Something is going to come to your rescue. But I feel that you have to move on from this betrayal, and it is doing a number on you. It's a difficult pill to swallow, right? This is like, 10 swords in the back. This is like you're being set up. This is what this is. You're being set up. How to combat this is to kind of focus on helping someone. So this is about showing up for someone that you can help. Even when you're really not doing well and somebody's going to show up and help you, it doesn't stop you from helping others. And it doesn't mean you have to help them financially, but you can be there for them in some way. Maybe you can be a helping hand, or, listening to them, volunteering to do something. It's about treating someone with compassion and kindness and putting them first, because it's going to get you out of this. Showing up for somebody else is going to help you move on from this situation, from being stabbed in the back. Now, the next position, you have two cards. You have the Four of Cups and the Two of Cups, right? The Four of Cups is you being in your head and just obsessing about what hasn't worked out. Just totally in regret. I should have done this, should have done that. I can't believe this happened. I can't believe that. And this is a missed opportunity, right? When the Four of Cups comes in, it's saying, look, stop obsessing about what didn't work out for you. You know, perhaps you're obsessing about being stabbed in the back, about this person doing you wrong, or person or people. And this is, you know, you really have to kind of come out of that headspace. It's emotionally affecting you, and you are missing an opportunity here. And right next to this is the Two of Cups. So when you're here, you're kind of like, oh, nothing's going right, and you want to snap at people and you're not treating people well. And the Two of Cups is about love coming in, right? Love is going to help you get through this. And you have to remember your loved ones, and you've got to treat people the way you want to be treated. You know, you want to treat them lovingly and kindly and with compassion. You have to put yourself in everyone else's shoes. So you have to be, you know, if you're being a little, you know, moody, or, you know, a little not so kind, perhaps snapping at people, or this card is reminding you to always reflect yourself in others, to treat people with the utmost kindness. This is what's going to save you. Being gracious, being kind, being the kind of person that people want to help. You know, I always think about this when we want to treat people the way we want to be treated. I live here in New York, right? And there's going over the Brooklyn Bridge, there, you know, on the Manhattan side, there's this guy who sometimes is out there and asks for money. And he's been there for years, and he's not there all the time, but sometimes he's there. And when you're in a car, he comes by, and you know, if you're not giving him anything, he goes, bless you. He's so gracious, so kind. People give him money all the time. He's like, thank you so much. He's just got gratitude, even when people ignore him and don't give him money. And then you go over the bridge and you're on the Brooklyn side, and there is this guy that somebody gave him change. I watched him, somebody gave him change, and he just threw that change on the floor, and he's angry and he's resentful, and he has this attitude of, you should help me, I need help, you should help me. And nobody gives him money because of the anger. See, he's blocking his own help. Right? He's not getting the help because he's blocking it. Like the guy on the Manhattan side is so gracious. It's so funny because I wrote about him. I used to do these inspirational, once a year I would do a whole 30 days, I think it was, of inspirational emails. People used to sign up for them. And one of the stories was that. And then it was so funny. I told that story, and I was driving over and I saw the guy and I told him about it. And because I always, you know, give him something. And he was so sweet. He said, oh, you wrote about me. And he had told me that one of his relatives had told him, he's a vet, he's a paraplegic. And he told me that one of his relatives, I think it was his brother or something, had told him about the guy on the other side. So funny. I haven't seen the mean guy for a long time, though, I have to admit. So I say all that, right, is because when you are kind, you're putting that wonderful energy out, and you're going to get that energy back. And I say that because clarifying these two cards is the Eight of Wands, and that is like people throwing opportunities at you, like left, right, and center. It's like boom, 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 boom. But you will miss them if you're in here, if you're in this energy. Come out of the Four of Cups, darling. You know, stop focusing on what hasn't worked out. Pick your head up and move on. Let that go. This, drop this. Let it go. Help yourself by helping others and being kind and compassionate to others, even though this has happened to you with this, right? So this is about, I always say when this comes in, you've got to be like a ninja, the 8 of wands. You've got to be like, hi-ya, ya, 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 hi-ya. Grab those opportunities, darling, and look for them. Because if you're not looking for them, if you're in the 4 of cups, you are just down here and in your head, and this doesn't and you are not paying attention. This is missed opportunity, so you could miss that opportunity. You don't want to miss all of these opportunities. Now, the next card out, darling, is the Star card. The Star card is a beautiful, deep healing. I feel that you are going to recover from this betrayal. I feel you're going to rise above it, as long as you're not mired in it. The Star card comes in. She spreads light where darkness is. She illuminates your path forward. You're going to see it when you look for the opportunities. You grab them. You're going to see a way forward, a way out of this horrible feeling of, betrayal and hurt. And you're going to receive that healing when you let it go. And when you show up for others, and you're kind, and you're sweet and compassionate. And clarifying the Star card, darling, is the Magician. And this is the energy of the full moon, is the Magician, the super full moon, Monday. This is the energy. And going forward, number 1, infinity, right? He's got one hand up, listening to the ethereal realm, to God, to your guides, to angels. And one hand pointing down, right, to this 3-dimensional world. And he's got 4 elements on his table. And he is going to create something spectacular out of seemingly nothing. And when the Magician comes in, this is a message saying, you have everything you need, darling, to create the life that you desire. It's up to you. You have everything. You don't need anything else. In your head, you might be thinking, I don't have this, I need this, I can't do this, I can't do it. No, you can. This is about getting up, being the Magician, creating some magic in your life. You're going to see the path forward. You're going to be able to create that magic. Don't underestimate yourself. You can do this, Taurus. You can create that wealth. You can manifest it now, but you need to kind of let go of this and this. Come out of your head. Kindness and compassion so you can see all the opportunities around you. Taurus, thank you so much for tuning in. Stay tuned for the Astrology Report next. Oh, and guys, if you'd like a personal reading, click on this right here. That will take you to my website. You can see the kind of readings that I offer. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you on the other side. Hello, everyone. I'm so happy that you decided to stay on and listen to the Astrological Report and what's happening in the celestial sky for this week and the week after, as next week I won't have time to do these readings. So, we start off on Monday, the 9th of March, 2020. We have a super full moon in Virgo at 19 degrees, 1:47 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That's if you're in New York. 3 hours behind on the West Coast and only 4 hours ahead in Europe this week, because they haven't changed their time yet. Now, a full moon, as most of you know, is when the sun and the moon are opposite each other. And it's actually the sun that illuminates the moon. When they're exactly opposite, the moon is completely full. And this is a super full moon, which means that the moon is very close to the Earth on its elliptical travels, and it is going to appear huge in the sky. It's going to be massive. It's a beautiful full moon, darling, and which means that it's very powerful. The effect, the magnetism from that and the effect on us and the planet is immense. It will definitely affect the tectonic plates on the planet, and it's going to affect us. Now, the moon is in Virgo and the sun is in the opposite sign of Pisces. Now, the moon is feminine. She's the mother. She's the divine feminine. She receives, right? She's receiving light from the sun. She's emotions. So it's all about feeling, right? But she is in Virgo. Now, before I go any further, she's at 19 degrees Virgo. Now, 19 degrees is very poignant, right? It really reduces down to number 1 in numerology. It's because 1 and 9 is 10, and 1 and 0 is 1. So the number 1 in numerology is about independence, individuality, determination, and authenticity, right? And the number 1 in the tarot is the magician. So this, the magician has one hand in the sky to the ethereal realm, to source, to, angels, to your guides, whatever you choose to call your deity or your belief system, and one hand on his table where there are 4 elements, and the 4 elements are all we need. So this is saying that you have everything you need to become or to do whatever you want to do. This is a very powerful new beginning, right? It's magical. Virgo is about analysis, and this full moon is in Virgo. It's about practical problem solving, right? She's an earth sign. Virgo is feminine. She's an earth sign. So she's pragmatic. Because she's feminine, she receives, right? Because feminine signs receive, masculine put out. She assesses situation, people, and things to work out how to make the best of whatever it is that she's assessing. She wants everything and everyone to be the best. She is quality control. So the best thing I can say, look, imagine that Virgo is a woman in September where the harvest is coming in and she's receiving the harvest, right? And she meticulously goes through that harvest. She takes out the best from the harvest, and then she organizes it. How is, so much say it's wheat and corn, right? So she's going through these strands of wheat and corn, and she is putting them in piles, some to make flour, some to make bread, some to make mead, alcohol. So she's putting all these piles and she's sorting it out so that she can best use it for the upcoming winter for everyone, right? So she is sorting through this information to make the best out of it. Now, Mercury, Virgo's ruling planet, is going to be going direct later on that day. Or the next day if you're in Europe and Asia. So I just wanted you to be aware of that. That's a side note for now. So the sun is in the opposite sign in Pisces, right? So this energy is very kind of intermingled. Now, on the positive side, Pisces is spiritual. It's meditation. It's introspective. It's connection with spirit, with the ethereal realm. It's dreamy and intuitive. It's sensitive to everybody's feelings, right? And this is especially so because it is right next to Neptune, and Neptune is the ruler of Pisces, and Neptune is dreamy, it's visionary, it is a connection with spirit. You can use it as that. You can, write fantasy, fiction, poetry, the visual arts, anything artistic and creative is a really good way to channel this energy. It's also, on the downside, it's a little fuzzy. It's not quite clear what's reality, what's fantasy, what's the truth, what's delusion or an illusion. Because, if you're using it creatively, you can bring to life visualization. Visualization is really good during this time too. So if you can direct it, it's brilliant. But you can also go off the other way. You can be easily influenced. You can be deluded by people. So you have to be, meditation, darling. This is about introspection. So it's very, very powerful. And on one hand, you've got this very practical, woman who's receiving information and sorting it. And on the other hand, you've got this dreamy, visionary, you can lose time with Neptune too. So it's very hard to focus sometimes. So you have to kind of remember this. Now, this full moon, right, is about introspection. It's about going within. It's definitely a time to be quiet and to be reflective and to go inside and pull out the best qualities, because Virgo wants the best, right? So, and also the negative side of Virgo is criticism. So you've got to be careful, and also that's the best side, critical thinking, but criticism is the negative side, right? So you have to make sure that when you have to really pay attention to your internal dialogue. So if you're saying, oh, you're useless, you can't do that, this is no good, that's not a good thing. But if you can change that, you can change the energy of that by saying, oh, how can I do that better? What if I did this instead of that? And it's really about changing the internal language. You're talking about the same thing, but you are coming out of the problem and looking for a solution. You're opening up your mind to wonderful possibilities. And this is a wonderful time to do this. So reach within. Be introspective, be quiet, go within and pull out your best qualities, your star qualities. What is the best that you can be? What can you pull out and become? Where do you need improvement? You can say, instead of, oh my God, I'm useless, I can't do that. It's like, where can I improve upon this? Because the possibilities are endless, right? Now, another reason that this is a powerful full moon is that it is in harmony. It's got this beautiful, harmonious relationship at the same time with Mars, the planet of action, right? Get up and go and start something new. And Jupiter, the planet of abundance and good fortune. And Pluto, the planet of transformation. So this is a transformative time for the better. So it can start off a little fuzzy, a little confusing perhaps, because Neptune is involved, but it's ultimately going to turn out well, particularly if you go inside. And this is, look, Jupiter, Mars, and Pluto are all in Capricorn, and Capricorn is ambitious, it's industry, right? It is, hard work, it's goal orientated. Look, this is a very industrious full moon, I would say kind of hold off. It's like make the plans, go within, figure out what's going to work, and then come out guns a blazing. And Mercury, don't forget, goes direct that night. Mercury is the ruler of Virgo, so it's going direct that night. So, go inside, figure all this stuff out, sort through all the information that you're receiving that's within, and then get up. Nothing will be able to stop you, darling, when you start on your plans, your goals. Set your goals and get out there and achieve them. So this is a very exciting day on Monday. Now, not a lot is going on for the rest of the week. A couple of minor aspects that aren't worth really mentioning. However, and that's why I kind of also wanted to skip to the second week and do it all in one, because Monday, on March the 16th, 2020, at 3:43 a.m., Mercury moves back into Pisces. So you've got this energy being kicked up again right now. It already was in Pisces, and when it went retrograde, it went into Aquarius, and now it's going back into Pisces because it's direct and it's picking up speed, right? So more creativity, writing music, creative writing, fantasy writing, visual arts, enjoying museums and appreciating the beauty in everything. Now, Tuesday, March the 17th, it is St. Patrick's Day. So happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. And please drink responsibly. Now, Thursday, March the 19th, 2020, at 11:50 p.m. It's at the end of the day. The sun enters Aries. This is the spring equinox. This is really spring has sprung, darling. Aries is a cardinal sign. We're going to get up. We're going to feel energized. It's brilliant. Now, listen. The equinox is when daylight conquers the night, and it is time to spring into action. Spring has sprung. Aries is the beginning of the zodiac. It is the start. Aries is the fearless warrior. He will jump into action for the sheer thrill of it. His anger and rage is unparalleled, right? And he can be a bit impulsive and impatient. And his fuse is a bit short, but he blows up and the fire goes out. So he lets go pretty quickly. So this is a time to take action. And, with Mercury going direct, it's like we're off to the races. You better plan everything now so that you can spring into action next week. Now, on Friday, March the 20th, 2020, Mars is conjunct Jupiter, which means they come together. And when they're together, you can barely tell one from the other, right? Their energies meld. They become one. Now, Mars is the ruler of Aries, right? So it's cozying up. Mars is the warrior, right? Get up and go. And Mars also rules sexuality and libido. And it is cozying up to Jupiter, the planet of good fortune, bigger, better, more, and abundance, right? So energy is really out of the ballpark. It's like, get up and go. You want to do everything and perhaps everyone. It's like, passion, your libido is high. Everyone's, it's spring, darling. And then to have this, it's like a double indemnity. All the animals and everybody is procreating or attempting to procreate. They're definitely getting together. So this is this is really a great time to start anything that requires physical stamina and energy. So, you can be building something, or it's sports perhaps. This is brilliant for anything, running a marathon, anything that requires a lot of energy and stamina. Now, just be mindful not to overdo it, because Jupiter's bigger, better, more, right? So you have to know your limitations. You have to kind of rein it in a bit. Now, on another note, new love interests are likely under this influence because of your magnetism and charisma and your sexual, sexy energy. It's all going to be out there, and everybody's going to be, it's going to be fun. Oh dear, another baby boomer thing. Anyway, somebody stop me. Now, on Saturday, March the 21st, 2020, Saturn moves into Aquarius. New rules of engagement may be required. Saturn is he's the old man, right? And according to Greek mythology, the water bearer, the symbol of Aquarius, was a young man named Ganymede. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but anyway, he was the object of Zeus's affections, and he would go around bringing H2O, water, to all the gods in exchange for eternal youth, right? So you have this youth, this young kind of outside the box, innovative, individual, unique, a little quirky energy mixed with the old wise man Saturn. It's like push, pull, push, pull. So you have youth, combined with this old adult, and anything is possible, because this means a whole new set of engagement rules, kind of thing, new ways of living with each other, perhaps, right? In community, because Aquarius is about community, it's about unity. So, and perhaps new ways of traveling. So, listen, it could be this is a major shift in energy as Saturn moves into Aquarius, from Capricorn into Aquarius and backwards. And it's going to do a little dance for a while, right? As it goes retrograde as well. So, look, it could be that, everyone could have like live-in rooms and share the kitchen and the bathrooms, and perhaps buildings will get higher. This is an air sign, so we could build up. I mean, there's lots of different ways of looking at this, but I think very innovative ways of living will become the norm, I think. So there's going to be major changes in those areas. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you. I just wanted to remind you that this is a membered supported channel. So there are a few ways that you can support me. Of course, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing is a brilliant way to support me. I really appreciate that. But you can also check out Patreon. Click on this link. My Patreon page, I post things there. I don't post anywhere else. And you can support me for as little as $1 a month. That's $12 a year. Not a lot for you, but it's huge. Imagine if all my subscribers gave me $1 a month. That would be amazing. I'd be able to get so much done. I wouldn't have to work on the side. And listen, I now have a membership to my channel, so you can press the join button. You're not beholden to join, but you can see what's offered there. And we have a member kind of section where we can hang out, and I plan to do videos just for my members. But I've just got the membership, so check it out. And hopefully that will build out. I think the smallest membership is $1.99. So that would be lovely if you could do that. And if not, that's cool too. No no pressure. I want to thank you all, and I want to thank my patrons and my members. I really appreciate you. You are helping me do the thing that I love the most, which is to help and inspire others. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for that. And guys, I love you all. Mwah! And I'll see you in 2 weeks.